Hello Internet! This is PiouPiou.
And this is Azrod.
And today we have a lot to talk about.
For example, we have new goats such as Charizard, who looks a bit like Charizard.
Because her tail is just like a flame. Okay, maybe more like a wingless Charizard.
Also, another goat died, probably because of a viral pulmonary infection.
The goat in question was Ranza. She was one of the first goats we had, and she was sick when we got her. She already had a runny nose, some lacking patch of fur, and also her udders weren't in adequate forms. Basically, she had one teeth way larger than the other, and because it was one of our first goats, we thought it was like something that could happen. But actually, we think that she was sick with, I think in goats it's called CEA. It's similar to HIV in humans. It's basically a retroviral disease that isn't curable, unfortunately, and most goats just end up dying from this disease. Usually, this disease can be transmitted to other goats, and because we bought all the goats from the same places, maybe other of our goats are infected. For now, they seem to be okay, and we hope they will still be doing fine in the future. Oh, look! This is a wild Pokemon!
The other big reason we weren't posting for a bit of times, aside from having our phone stolen, was because there was election in France.
Basically, for 3 weeks, all the French media were giving the far-right fascist group winner, but the left win. So, yeah! But because our president is kind of a stinky poo, let's say it like that, of course, he doesn't want to elect a left prime minister, because who cares about democracies nowadays?
This is something that wasn't done in any other democracy in the world, which is saying something because they are pretty dumb democracy already. Like Iran, for example. But what's really impressive about this election, that it was the first time that we had as many of people participating in the voting process since 1981. So this is something you should consider if you want to fight the far right in your own country. With an alliance of the left, apparently you can win.
But beware, because some people say they're from the left, but they're actually from the right!
But we can cite Jean-Luc Mélenchon, les girouettes finissent toujours par tourner.
Meaning wind will turn. This made us realize that where we moved recently, where we are here, 60% of people vote for a fascist and a racist group. The reason why it's like this in France is because most of our public and private medias are, so for the private medias are owned by billionaires with billionaires and racist interests, and for the public media are globally under the thumb of the government, which is also racist, unfortunately.
For example, we have a really big focus on the immigration as being the main priority of French people, when it's not. And even so, a study by the Institut La Boétie calculated that the immigration as a global cost actually make France gain around 2 billion euros.
So first of all, it's clearly biased media, and second of all, it's false information. Wow! How well our democracies are going right now, it's amazing! I guess that's why everybody is saying that propaganda is amazing, you know? Because it works so well! Maybe, just like a thought, we could start by having journalists not be billionaires or like gaining the minimum wage. Maybe this way they could really defend the interest of the people gaining the minimum wage, not the 1% of millionaires in our country.
I had another idea. Basically, whenever people are on television, you have their networks displayed. This way you can see to who you should relate and who is basically another reality. When you know.
Another thing should be fact-checking, because lying on public media is not okay. For example, during this election process, all the media were saying that the left party was actually from the extreme left, but legally the government says they're left. So why are all the media just spreading propaganda and lie all the time?
Another reason it's harder for us to film nowadays is because it's really hot, which makes the phone burning, because we are doing everything on our phone.
Concerning how to get informed nowadays with all the bullshit propaganda media, another way to get informed nowadays and to get more reliable information than the media from your country is to check what other countries, other media from other countries are saying about your country, because usually it's a little bit more accurate.
For example, in France nowadays, a lot of the media are acclaiming the president and the government, but when you look at international press, most people are amazed that the left party managed to beat the far right.
Our media even contests the victory of the left, saying that yes, they won, but it's just not such a big majority, so they shouldn't really be in power, because that's not really what the people wanted, because of course, remember, the Olympic Games are coming up in Paris. Things are going to get wild.
For example, some playing companies have already announced that they are going on a strike for the Geo.
Thank you, Internet. Thank you, everyone. And stay tuned if you want to see if France still remains a democracy. Love you and appreciate you. See you. Bye.